ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। ओम श्री महागणपतये नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्य मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्य पर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। ओम सच्चिदानंद रूपाय कृष्णाय क्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदांत वेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वलोकहिते रतं वेदाब्ज भास्करं वन्दे शमादिनिलयं मुनिं सहस्रमूर्ते पुरुषोत्तमस्य सहस्रनेत्रानन पादबाहोः सहस्रनाम्नां स्तवनं प्रशस्तं निरुच्यते जन्म जरादिशान्त्यै। Namaste everybody once again.
Namaste.
Namaste Guruji.
Namaste.
हरि ओम महोदय नमस्ते।
नमस्ते। उत्तारणो दुष्कृतिः पुण्यो दुःस्वप्ननाशनः वीरः रक्षणः सन्तो जीवनः पर्यवस्थितः. So this sloka we just recited in the last class, but we have not seen the details. So this sloka has got 9 namas, 923 to 931. उत्तारणः दुष्कृतिः पुण्यः दुःस्वप्ननाशनः वीरः रक्षणः सन्तः जीवनः पर्यवस्थितः. 9 namas are there. So Uttaranah. Uttaranah means the one who helps to cross the ocean of samsara. Samsara sagarat uttarayati iti uttaranah. Right in the beginning, in the dhyana slokas also, we have seen this idea. So Bhagavan is Uttarana because he makes us cross the ocean of samsara. Well, as we all have experienced, samsara is a constant struggle to become something. As Puja Swamiji says, he defines samsara or bhavaroga as a struggle to become something, life of becoming. You are something, you want to become something else. And when you become something else, you want to become yet something else. And this is the struggle we constantly undergo throughout our life. That is what is called samsara. And one can get out of it only by the knowledge of Ishvara. And even to understand Ishvara, a lot of grace is required. First of all, 99% of the people don't even realize that they are having a problem. In fact, they think that this is what life is. Everybody's life is like that, so we can't do anything about it. So they don't even have an idea or an inkling or a desire for getting out of this samsara. How does one get an idea for this? By grace of Ishvara only. For that also, Ishvara's grace is required. Therefore, he is the one by whose grace alone one can cross and come out of this life of becoming. That's why he is Uttarana. Then Dushkritiha. The one who destroys all activities of adharma. दुष्कृति ही पाप संहिता है हंति इति दुष्कृतिहा. So basically, dushkriti means, one second, there is some disturbance coming. Somebody is not muted. Unmute everybody. So dushkriti means activities of adharma. And Bhagavan is dushkritiha because he destroys all activities of adharma. And destruction of the papa karmas can be done only by the grace of Bhagavan. Bhagavan in his avatara, Sri Rama destroyed Ravana, as Sri Krishna destroyed Kamsa, Shishupala, so many others, including the entire Kaurava clan rather. And as Nrsimha, he destroyed Hiranyakashipu. All of them, they had taken to adharma, and hence he is called Dushkritiha. Bhagavan is called Dushkritiha. Then Punyaha. Here the meaning of Punyaha is taken by Adi Shankara as the giver of Punya. Smaranadi kurvatam sarvesham punyam karoti iti. Sarvesham shruti iti va. So, Bhagavan is Punya, that is, he is the giver of Punya. To those who remember him and express their devotion in various ways. Bhagavatam says, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Bhagavatam talks about 9 types of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. 9 types of bhakti is talked about. What are they? Listening to, talking of. Shravanam is listening to, Kirtanam is talking of, Vishnoho Smaranam, remembering his glories, Padasevanam, doing service to his feet, Archanam, worshipping with flowers, Vandanam, doing namaskara, Dasyam, doing one's duty as his dasa, and Sakyam, considering him as a friend, and finally Atma Nivedanam, offering oneself. 9 types of bhaktis are there. So Bhagavan is Punya because he encourages people, he blesses people to engage in all these 9 types of bhakti and earn Punya. He is Punya also because he makes known the actions which produce Punya through Shrutis and Smritis. He gives the roadmap how to earn punya. The phala, which is the result of karma, is punya. And that punya itself is Ishvara. That's why he has a nama punya. Then duswapna nashana, the one who dispels bad dreams. Bhavino nartasya suchakan duswapnan nashayati dhyayatah stutah kirtitah pujitascha iti duswapna nashana. So Ishvara is duswapna nashana, the cause for destroying duswapna, frightening dreams, nightmares. That's why, at least I remember in my childhood and all. Well, normally we have seen, of course, not that elders are the exception. Children, they will suddenly wake up at night and start crying profusely. It will appear as if they are scared of something. So normally, the parents will interpret that as the child has seen some bad dreams. And that is why it has woken up and it has started crying. And that's why, my mother and all, every night before going to sleep, she will urge that we should remember Bhagavan. We should take Bhagavan's name. It's a small prayer she used to tell us. And we will recite that prayer. And in that, one of the important thing is I should not have any bad dreams. I should have only good dreams. One of that prayer, one of the clauses of that prayer was that. So Bhagavan has got this capability in order to either prevent or destroy the bad dreams. Because how do dreams occur? What is the cause for the dreams? In fact, in Vedanta, this dream state is analyzed very thoroughly. What causes bad dreams or good dreams, or for that matter, any dream? What causes the dreams? The dreams are nothing but our samskaras, our experiences which we have experienced during the waking state. They all get recorded, our experiences, including our reactions to those experiences. They all get recorded either in our conscious or in our subconscious. Or we can call it unconscious. And all our fears or insecurity, everything, these aspects, they sit in our subconscious. And they, time and again, surface. That's why in Vedanta, one of the most important thing for a sadhaka is he has to settle his scores with his subconscious. So bad dreams can be result of coming out of unconscious fear and insecurity and all that. Because of that, we have bad dreams. Of course, there is also a belief among some people that bad dreams can be the foretellers of the future, and therefore a bad dream causes fear. But when we have more and more Ishvara in our life, there can be no insecurity or fear. The unconscious is also taken care of by him. In fact, Lot of people rush to so many therapists and all that. Ishvara is the greatest validator or a therapist. So by processing the unconscious, all the fears can be removed along with the bad dreams. But for this also, the grace of Ishvara is required. And of course, that is gained by meditation, archana, puja, kirtana, all those which are 9 types of bhaktis which we just now talked about. It can be gained. Ishvara's grace can be gained for this purpose by doing all this and worshipping Ishvara. Then Viraha. Viraha means the destroyer of the various courses of samsara. Normally, the word Veera would be taken as a warrior, right? Here, Adi Shankara brings another meaning. Because Veeraha means destroyer of warriors will not make any sense in the context of Vishnu Sahasranamam. Therefore, we have to look for a meaning which will actually be appropriate for the context. So he says, Viraha, Vividaha, Iraha, Samsarinam, Gatihi, Mukti Pradhanena, Hanti iti Viraha. The word Ira means a course. Gati and Vira therefore means Vivida Gatihi, various courses that one takes within samsara. And since Bhagavan confers upon us this moksha by destroying all our karmas and karma phalas that leads to various gatis, Bhagavan becomes Viraha. So the moment we take the meaning of Vira as Vividaha Iraha, then the meaning becomes very simple. So Viraha, destroyer of various courses of samsara. Rakshanaha, the one who protects. Sattvam gunam adhisthaya jagatrayam rakshan rakshanaha. So Bhagavan is the one who protects, taking recourse to Sattva Guna. He is the one who is a source of blessing and the one who can be sought for protection. He is Rakshanaha. He is the only one who can really give us real protection. All other types of protection which we seek due to our insecurity can give us temporary protection, but the permanent protection, lasting protection, real protection can be given only by Bhagavan. And it is by taking Bhagavan's name constantly that one will feel totally protected. Rakshanaha. Then Santaha, the one who is in the form of saintly persons. Sanmarga Vartinaha Santaha Tadrupena Vidya Vinaya Vriddhaye Saeva Vartate iti Santaha. So those who are in Sanmarga, what is Sanmarga? The path of Dharma. And have got Vidya and Vinaya. Vidya is knowledge, Vinaya is humility. Humility is one of the most important characteristic of a saintly person. So such people are called santas. It is because of his knowledge and grace that the Vidya makes an ignorant person wise. It is because of His grace that one comes to realize at some stage in one's life, I am not ignorance, but I am the consciousness. I am Satchidananda. Because whenever we talk of knowledge, we talk of so many different fields of knowledge. So even though the knower goes about gathering knowledge about various things, he will still be self-ignorant. He will not have the knowledge of what is most intimate, which is the self. So when the knowledge that I am Satchidananda, which is my Swarupa, when such a knowledge is gained, the notion that I am ignorant goes away. So the source of this knowledge is Ishvara, and it is Ishvara alone who is in the form of these Santas, and hence he is called Santa. And the world requires as many Santas as possible. We require these Santas to guide the world out of all the conflicts which people suffer from. So it is Ishvara alone who blesses the world through these Santas by giving Vidya and Vinaya. The life of Santas, one needs to observe the humility with which they come across. Even though they could be so much knowledgeable, there is not an iota of what you can arrogance. I know it. That feeling is not there. All the knowledge, they keep it for giving it to the world to help people. They themselves are humble and they are role models for us to develop humility in ourselves. This word, Santa, this is for purely Sanskrit. This word Santa is in plural. Therefore, when Archana is done, the Archana is not Santaya Namaha, but it's Sadbhyo Namaha. It is plural. That we have to, I mean, this is a little grammar part of it, but when you see the Sahasranama, the Archana part of it, you may not find this Santaha, but instead it will be Sadbhyo. So you must not get confused. There it was said Santaha in the Vishnu Sahasranama, but when I come to Archana, it is Sadbhyo. Is it different or what? Or is it a mistake? So that is why you must note when you come to the Archana, you know, the Nama Archana, there it will be Sadbhyo Namaha because it is plural. Okay. Then Jivanaha. Jivanaha means the one who sustains life. Sarvaha prajaha prana rupena jivayan jivanaha. Simple meaning. He is Jivana, sustains the life of all beings in the form of prana. That is why he is called Jivana. Nothing more is to be added to this. Very simple. Bhagavan is the creator, sustainer, and also the resolver of this entire universe, of all the jivas. So here Jivana is the sustaining part of Bhagavan's role is highlighted in Jivana. Paryavastitaha, the one who stands pervading the entire Jagat. Paritaha sarvato vishwam vyapya avastite iti paryavastitaha. Other than Brahman, if there is one element which is all pervasive, that is space. Amongst the Panchabhutas, space is the subtlest of them. Brahman, of course, is subtler than even space. So space is all pervasive, and every object in space is pervaded by space. Space has no other role except to provide accommodation for everything, and in this way alone it is all pervasive. We must understand what it means, all pervasive, all pervasive. We keep on taking, saying this. What does it mean, all pervasive? Space is a good example. It just exists, and everything exists within space. So space is all pervasive. Parameshwara, being both the nimitta and upadana karana, both the efficient and the material cause, is all pervasive, and he pervades the entire macro and micro world. The Narayana Suktam says, Antar Bahischa Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayana Stitah. He stands pervading the entire Jagat, Antar Bahischa, both inside and outside. So, Paryavastitah. Then the next sloka. Ananta Rupo Nanta Shrihi Jitamanyur Bhayapaha Chaturashro Gabhiratma Vidisho Vyadisho Dishaha. Again, this sloka also has got 9 namas, 932 to 940. Ananta Rupaha, Ananta Shrihi, Jitamanyuhu, Bhayapaha, Chaturashraha, Gaviratma, Vidishaha, Vyadishaha, Dishaha. 9 namas are there. Yes. Ananta Rupaha, the one of countless forms. Anantani Rupani Asya Vishwa Prapancha Rupena Stitaha Asyeti Ananta Rupaha. So the previous nama, Paryavastitaha, the all pervading, is further explained by this Ananta Rupa. So Bhagavan is Ananta Rupa, the one with countless forms. But as we know, this Jagat is nothing but forms, names and forms. That's all. Everything in this Jagat is only name and form of Bhagavan. Everything is Ishvara. And all these forms and names are what glory of Ishvara, So therefore, he is of infinite forms. But in reality, what is the truth of Ishvara? Formlessness is the truth of Ishvara. It is that formless Ishvara, because of his Maya Shakti, he manifests as countless forms. And for each of those forms, we have given names in different languages. Can imagine how many forms are there and how many names are there. Such is Ishvara's creation. Ananta Rupa. Yeah. Ananta Shrihi, the one with limitless power. Ananta Aparimita Shrihi Parashaktihi Asyeti Ananta Shri. Shri here means limitless power and resources. Because the word Shri again has got so many meanings. One is Lakshmi. But here the meaning is limitless power. So he is Ananta Shri, one who has got limitless Shakti, limitless power, and limitless resources. And for all the various forms to function, all resources have to be put together, which in turn requires power. And that is why it is Bhagavan who actually has put everything together in a most meaningful way, in a most functional way, using all his power and all his resources, which are limitless so far as Bhagavan is concerned. So far as the Jiva is concerned, every power, every resource is very limited. It is only Bhagavan who enjoys limitless power and limitless resources. Then Jitamanyuhu. Manyuhu means anger. Jitamanyuhu means the one who has conquered anger. Manyuhu krodha hai, jita hai, yena sah jitamanyuhu. The Lord is Jitamanyu, the one who has mastered anger. Essentially, he is free from anger. In fact, in our tradition, even anger has got various gradations. Kopa, one level. Krodha, another level. Manyuhu, another stage of anger. In English, we have got only one word, anger. And Manyuhu is the worst stage. But that is also Ishvara. And that is why in Upakarma, when we do, before doing Upakarma, we pray, Kamo Karshit, Manyura Karshit, Namo Namaha. The anger is also, source of anger is Ishvara, the solution of anger is also Ishvara. And since we want to be free from anger, we invoke the Lord as Jitamanyuhu. Bhayapaha, the destroyer of fear. Bhayam samsarajam pumsan apagnan bhayapaha. The Lord is Bhayapaha, the one who destroys fear. It is only by understanding Ishvara that one can get rid of fear. And mostly, if you analyze, all our fears are related to time. Time always poses a threat. And fear is innate in living beings, rather. Death is a threat. And there is a possibility also of losing what one has. Falling from grace is a cause of fear. But when one understands that all that is there is only Ishvara, and he is not a threat at all these fears go away. Ishvara is always a support and he is infallible. And therefore, once we know that Bhagavan pervades both inside and outside us, then the presence of Bhagavan is very much there in our awareness. Initially, our awareness is there. Our awareness is that Ishvara is present in all situations. And that initial awareness, that understanding, when it is complete, that will be I am Ishvara. Aham Brahmasmi. That awareness, because of which we are aware of Ishvara, is itself Ishvara. Therefore, even if not an absolute understanding, even a relative understanding of Ishvara removes fear. Next nama is Chaturashraha, the one of infallible justice. Nyaya samavetaha chaturashraha pumsan karmanurupam phalam prayachati iti. Chaturashraha. Basically, the word Chaturashra means that which has got 4 uniform corners. In fact, I think in Shastras and all, it is prescribed, how the Homa Kunda has to be organized and all that there. This Chaturashra and all that are used. Basically, what it means is, this word Chaturashra is popularly used to indicate something which is very orderly and just. And Bhagavan is Chaturashra, one who is endowed with infallible and absolute justice. Bhagavan is never sadistic or partial. He never gives any karma phala, sukha or dukkha, unless the person has himself earned it and deserves it. So this word Chaturashraha here indicates the infallible nature of Bhagavan. He never makes any mistake. He cannot give my karma phala to you and your karma phala to me. That is Chaturashraha. Then Gabhiratma is not only infallible, but he is the one whose nature is unfathomable. Atma Swarupam Chittam Va Gabhiram Parichetum Ashakyam Asyeti Gabhiratma. So Bhagavan is Gabhiratma, one whose nature is profound and unfathomable. His nature cannot be described by words such as this is how Bhagavan is, this much alone Bhagavan is, and all that. Therefore, it becomes very difficult to know Bhagavan. And he is present in everything with the same profundity. Atma can also mean Chitta, the mind. So his mind, his thinking is also Gabhira, profound. Therefore, these two namas, infallible and unfathomable, we have to understand slowly, this is the nature. Even though words cannot describe what Bhagavan is, that is what all Upanishads try to do as best as possible. And finally, they come to a conclusion that instead of positively describing that this is Bhagavan, they describe this is not Bhagavan, this is not Bhagavan, this is not Bhagavan. Na iti, na iti, na iti. Then you understand what is left is Bhagavan. That's of course a topic for Upanishad teaching. Not go much deep into that now. Then Vidishaha, the giver of different kinds of fruits of action. Vividhani phalani Adhikaribhyah Visheshena Dishati iti Vidishaha. Bhagavan is Vidisha because he confers specially on deserving people many and varied desirable things which they have earned as karma phala. Adhikaris, those who are deserving people. He confers lot of desirable things on them and he blesses them. It is not that Bhagavan is blessing them as some sort of a favor or anything. All those that they have earned, Bhagavan is only the administrator of that karma phala. He is not the creator of karma phala. Of course, karma phalas are created because of the order of Bhagavan, order of Ishvara. But then that order also is infallible. It is impartial. If you have done this karma, you will get this phala. And Ishvara administers that. All this I am telling you from the standpoint of Saguna Ishvara. You should be careful not to confuse all these things with Nirguna. Maya Sahitam Brahma is what we are talking about when we talk about Ishvara as Karma Phala Dhata. Then Vyadishaha, the giver of varieties of mandates. Vividham Ajnam Shakradinam Kurvan Vyadishaha. How he is Vyadisha? He is Vyadisha because he gives varieties of mandates and commands to all the devatas like Indra and others. Every phenomenon, what we call every power, is represented by a devata and has its own mandate. So a devata who is in charge of a particular power has a mandate. For example, water. It has to find its own level. Water finds its own level. It is made of hydrogen and oxygen. There is a mandate. This is how you are composed of. Ocean does not overflow into the land mass. Ocean is restricted to the ocean. At best, the waves from the ocean may come and cover a little bit of a land mass. Otherwise, just imagine if the entire water in the ocean were to tumble on the land mass which is near the ocean, all those towns and cities will be submerged. But that doesn't happen. There is a mandate for that. Stay there. There is a boundary. So everyone, every devata has to maintain his or her boundaries. Everything has to maintain its boundaries following the mandates of Ishvara. And all these mandates put together is what we call Ishvara's order, the cosmic order. So he is Vyadishaha. Then Dishaha. Disha means the giver of knowledge of right and wrong. Samastanam karmanam phalani dishan Vedatmana Dishaha. The scriptures teach us the results of various actions. Who has given the scriptures? It is the Lord who has given the scriptures. So it is the Lord who shows and teaches the results of various actions through the body of knowledge called the Vedas. And hence he is Disha. And Bhagavan is in the form of Vedas, which talks about the means and ends. If you do this ritual, you will get this result. Means and ends. Veda also talks about what is good and what is not good. Dharmam chara, satyam vada. Suram na pibet. Must not consume alcohol because that is not good. So all things which are good, bad are talked about in the Vedas. And through the Vedas, Bhagavan shows us how to follow what is good and reject what is not good. That is Dishaha. Then the next sloka. Anadir bhurbhubho lakshmihi suviro ruchirangadaha janano jana janmadhir bhimo bhima parakramaha. This has got again 9 namas. Anadibihi, Anadihi Bhurbhuvaha Lakshmihi Suviraha Ruchirangataha Jananaha Janajanmadihi Bhimaha Bhima Parakramaha. 941 to 949. Anadihi, simple, the beginningless. Adi karana masya na vidyate iti anadihi, sarva karanatvat. We have seen this again and again and again in different contexts, different forms. The Lord is Anadi, beginningless. He was the first to appear in this world. In fact, the world, even when the entire universe was not there, Lord was still there. So, while He is the cause of everything, He Himself does not have a cause. He is self-existent. Therefore, Anadi. Then, Bhurbhuvaha, the supporter of earth. Bhuhu adharaha bhuvaha sarva bhuta shrayattvena prasiddhaya bhumyaha. The word bhuhu has the meaning of adhara or support. Because if we look at it, the support of everything is the earth only. So bhuhu usually refers to the earth. That's why we say bhumi. And Bhagavan is bhuvaha api bhuhu. The adhara of the earth itself. Everything seems to be supported by this earth. Now, what is the adhara of earth? Because if we see the earth, it seems to be suspended in space without any support. Even though it is supporting so many things, it itself does not appear to have any support. Its own movement with the gravitational force is the support, and that is Bhagavan. He is the adhara of adhara, the support of the support. He is the basis on which everything is placed. Not only at Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, Maha, all 14 lokas. Who supports all the 14 lokas? Bhagavan, who is supporting all. Entire universe, Bhagavan is supporting. And all these, our Dashavatara stories, if you look at them, understand their implied meanings instead of just sticking only to the story part, which is very entertaining. Understand the implied meanings. All these are all what the Avatara stories are about. They are told in a very beautiful, nice, entertaining manner. That's all. But we must take the crux of that. Then Lakshmi, he, the one who is in the form of Lakshmi. So now here Adi Shankara gives a alternate meaning to Bhurbhuva. He says, Athava na kevalam asau bhuhu bhuvah Lakshmi shobha cha iti bhuvo Lakshmi. और अथवा भूहु भूलोक है, भुवः भुवर्लोक है, लक्ष्मी ही आत्म विद्या. भूमि अंतरिक्षयोः शोभेति भूर्भुवो लक्ष्मी ही. So he is combining Bhurbhuva Lakshmi into splitting it in different ways. Earlier he said Bhuhu as the support of the earth. Now Bhuvaha Lakshmi he is bringing by splitting Bhurbhuva, that Bhuvaha, and adding it in Lakshmi. So Bhuva Lakshmi and Bhurbhuva Lakshmi also you can take. All these three names, Lakshmi, Bhuva Lakshmi, Bhurbhuva Lakshmi, all are in feminine gender. And we have seen earlier, Lakshmi is the Shakti of Bhagavan. Narayana does not exist without Shakti, and without Narayana, Lakshmi does not exist. That is why Narayana here is called Lakshmi. Shakti alone is Parameshwara. And this is what? Maya Shakti. And he says, Lakshmi hi Shobha. Lakshmi is beauty, fame, effulgence, wealth, fullness. She is never away from the Lord, and she always resides in his chest. When Bhagavan took avatara Sri Rama and Sri Krishna, she came as Sita and Rukmini. She is the power of Bhagavan. And therefore, she is nothing but Bhagavan. All men folks, if they understand this, they need to understand this. I would say, if they understand. I'm sure many of us understand this, but everyone needs to understand this in terms of the relationship between the spouses. And another meaning he says, he is not only Bhurbhuva, the support of this earth, but also Bhuva Lakshmi, the beauty, the resplendence of this earth. So as Bhurbhuva Lakshmi, Bhuhu refers to the world, Bhuvaha to the Bhuvarloka, and Lakshmi to Atma Vidya. Or otherwise, another way you can take, they refer to the world, the sky, and the splendor that lights up both. And the Lord is all these things. Everything is Lord alone. Just that is what we have to understand. Suviraha, the one whose ways are endless. We saw earlier Viraha, right? Viraha means what? Courses, ways. Suviraha means here endless. Shobanaha, Vividaha, Iraha, Gataya, Yasya sa Suviraha. Shobhanam Vividam Ite iti va Suviraha. Bhagavan is Suvira because his movements are many and auspicious, or he is understood in many ways. So also he is Suviraha. Because he manifests in infinite ways which are beautiful. Actually, when we look at the structure of this universe, every aspect of it, it just we become wonderstruck. His expressions seem to be so many. Every time if we are observant, we see something new, which is not that it was born yesterday. It has always been there. In fact, whenever I go for a walk, especially, normally we walk in gardens or places which have got a lot of, greenery and flowers and all. I make it a point to observe the plants and the flowers. And you won't believe, I keep on discovering so many different types of flowers, Same flower looks big, looks small, looks tiny. Structure seems to be the same. But what kind of varieties are there in this universe? So beautiful. All that is Bhagavan alone. Suviraha. Ruchirangataha. The one who has brilliant bracelets. Angadaha means bracelets. Ruchire kalyane angade asyeti ruchirangataha. So Bhagavan is Ruchirangada because he has beautiful bracelets. What do the bracelets of Bhagavan represent? His bracelets are time and space. It's all symbolic, He embraces the Jagat with his two hands. He is manifest in various ways. But within the scope of these two embracing hands, that is the all-pervasive hands of time and space. Time pervades everything, space pervades everything. They are represented by the bracelets of Bhagavan. Ruchirangataha. Jananaha, the creator. Jantun Janayan Jananaha. Very simple. As the cause of birth of all beings, that is, as the creator, he is Jananaha. Then Janajanmadhi, the cause of birth of all that is born. Janasya Janimataha Janma Udbhavaha Tasya Adihi Mulakaranam iti Janajanmadihi. So that which is subject to birth is called Jana. Its manifestation, that is, something is subject to birth and it is born. That birth is called Janma. Whatever is born may have many immediate causes, like the seed for the sprout, egg for birds. But all have ultimately one Adi, one cause, and that cause is Bhagavan. Hence, he is Janajanmadi. The capacity of the seed to sprout, the capacity of the egg to become a chick is Ishvara. And this sprout and the chick that come out also is Ishvara alone. Bhimaha, the source of fear. Bhayahetutvat Bhimaha. Bhagavan is Bhima, the one who is a source of fear for everyone. And at the same time, nothing can cause fear in him. He is the source of fear. He is the remover of fear. Everything is Bhagavan. Nobody can escape the result of one's action. The moment you do any action using your free will, you sow a seed of karma and you are going to get the result, whatever it is of that action. You cannot escape it. But that thought itself becomes as though the cause for fear. People think that it is Bhagavan who is giving them all these unpleasant experiences, punishing them. But if they understand that all that I'm experiencing in my life, whether it is pleasure or whether it is grief or sorrow, it is all my own doing. If not in this Janma, in one of the previous Janmas. And Bhagavan has got nothing to do with it. If this is understood, then Bhagavan does not become the cause or source of fear. Or the word Bhima means the one who is admired for his strength and terrific deeds. That's why the word in Mahabharata, Bhima was named, right from childhood. He was strengthened, his deeds were terrific. There is nothing that he could not do. So the Lord is also Bhima because his deeds are great and terrific. So we'll stop here and continue in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mama.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद महोदय नमस्ते
Dhanyavadaha. Namaste. Namaste.
Guruji, when you mentioned
Yes.
about dreams, is it that Dursapna, Durshaguna, Durgadi, Durvanasya, is that the one?
No, there is this sloka, Punyo
Dursapna.
Dusapna Nashanaha.
Oh, correct. But there is also a thing, Dursapna, Durshaguna, Durgadi, Durvanasya, something like that. I'm forgetting now.
No, not in Vishnu Sahasranamam. I'm not.
No, it
aware
is
of
a separate thing. Separate.
Yeah,
not in
separate
Sah-
thing. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Because see, what very simple. If we want to understand in one way, everything is Bhagavan. So whether you call it
Yes, of course.
Durgati, Duswapna, everything is Ishvara alone. So
Okay. Absolutely.
once we rise in our understanding, then this becomes very easy to comprehend. So it's not that Ishvara is only all good things alone. Everything is Ishvara. So good, bad, and good and bad are what? Which is our imputation, right? So that's why, in Bhagavad Gita, when we come to that Vishwarupa Darshanam chapter, Bhagavan shows his real nature, this thing to Arjuna. Arjuna gets scared. And that is what we are all Arjuna, scared Arjuna. He tells Bhagavan, Arey, please go back to your original form. I don't want to see this form. It is very scary. And that's where Bhagavan reveals that he is everything. I mean, good, bad, ugly, everything is Bhagavan only. That's what we have to understand. Once we have that understand and see Bhagavan in everything, then we will have the same attitude towards everything, whether it is good, bad, ugly. That is what is important. That is how we grow spiritually and we mature spiritually. Samatvam is how various ways we can bring about Samatvam. This is one of the ways. Yeah.
Understood. Also, this Disha, although it is referred to as knowledge, right or wrong, it can also be direction, no? That means you are
Correct.
being
See,
directed into the right path.
the point is, every word in Sanskrit has got different directions, different meanings. So what Adi Shankara has done here is, he has taken a meaning which will also include the other meaning. So here when we say, you are right. I mean, direction means what? When we say direction could be a very plain thing like a direction, you just show the direction. But direction also in the context of bringing up children will be instructing them what is right and wrong, right?
Correct.
So that way also, if you say disha, showing them the right path, that way also we can understand that word disha. So that's why, when we read this Adi Shankara's commentary, our own understanding of certain words and meanings, they become more broad. Rather. Oh, this meaning also can be. Well, language is such beautiful language, You can actually use the words for deriving different meanings, rather, which is the unique thing with Sanskrit. You can split the word in such a way, derive there, because every word has got a derivation in Sanskrit. And every word can be derived in different ways. Rather. And the way more ways you derive, more meanings you get out of the same word. Rather. So once you are very much into the language, you really enjoy all these things. When you say viraha, for example, now viraha, we will never ever imagine that it means a way or a course, right? Viraha for us is a simple one meaning. The varya is a viraha. Whereas viraha here, he doesn't use the word warrior at all. He says it's a course or way. So these are all new revelations for us, and it improves our own understanding of the language also. This is a byproduct. Of course, that's not the main purpose of Adi Shankara's commentary. It's a byproduct for us. That's why when we read great scholars like Shankara and all, we also, get their blessings. Oh, he's reading my commentary, so let me bless him. So that is a very beautiful thought.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank
you.
you
Hari Om. Thank you very
very
much.
much. Namaskar.
Anybody else has got any other
Dhanyavadana,
question?
Guruji.
Otherwise, we'll meet next Sunday. Namaskar.
Thank you very much,
Dhanyavad.
Guruji.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for you.